Hi guys, it's AERO250. Welcome back to the channel for this week's Daily Races review on Gran Turismo 7, where I give my take of the daily races each week and let you know how I got on. So, here's Daily Race A, this week on Road Atlanta in the Alfa Romeo Mito, for 4 laps on the Comfort Soft Tyre, 1 times fuel, 1 times tyre and BOP. And around Road Atlanta in the company of the Alfa Romeo Mito. Pick it up in Brand Central or rent it out and take to the track. A slower car than usual, but not taken away from good racing. The trainer's super mini 3-door hatchback action, rubbing, racing hard and pushing on. Taking in the sights and sounds of a classic IndyCar sports car venue. Daily Race A this week on Road Atlanta. Despite only being 0.9 litres, 1.4 miles to the gallon, good fun on the whole. Up and down the 5-speed manual transmission with the usual aggression and enjoying it. Bit feisty on the odd weight transfer and understeer, but keep it settled and good to go. Lifting off the accelerator before braking, gently on the power, and there we are. Good fun to be had in the Alfa Romeo Mito, an Italian front-wheel drive hatchback classic. Next up is Daily Race B, this week on Lago Maggiore West in the Group 3 cars. For 5 laps on the racing hard tyre, 1 times fuel, 1 times tyre and BOP. Lago Maggiore now for Daily Race B, this week running on the West layout. Out in force in the Porsche. Crank the brake balance all the way to the front, and away you go. A good track, albeit a bit technical. The key, hold the line throughout, as it's a bit slippy everywhere else. Avoid any crashes at the hairpin, up the hill, back down towards the finish, head to head, all the way. Daily Race speed this week on Lago Maggiore West. A good track for the Group 3s. But, as mentioned, a bit slippy offline. But great racing across the week, wheel to wheel, holding position, and making you move when the time is right. Through the inside of turn 1, up the inside of the hairpin, or braver going up the hill. And nail the remainder of the lap, and drive on to get it done on Lago Maggiore this week. And here's Daily Race C, this week on Dragon Trail Seaside in the Group 4 cars. For 10 laps on the racing hard tyre, 2 times fuel, 6 times tyre and BOP. And Dragon Trail Seaside for this week's Daily Race C, which means one thing. Getting straight to the point on this one, the Chicane of Death. Get a car that remains settled whilst keeping your foot down to navigate through without any issue. But as is often the case every time, you will crash at some point. Just the way that it is. So, have your crashes, minimise damage, and keep going. Daily Race C this week on Dragon Trail Seaside. Survive the Chicane of Death, make sure you pit, and race on. Dragon Trail Seaside, always a good track to drive at, regardless of what happens at the Chicane of Death, with any time lost being able to be recovered. Changing the suspension a bit to look after the tyres a bit more, and push through on Dragon Trail Seaside sweeping corners to get the job done. And good fun racing in the Group 4s. And here are this week's daily races from my worst to best. This week, my worst daily race is Daily Race A, then it's Daily Race B, and this week, my favourite daily race on Gran Turismo 7 is Daily Race C. This week, rubbing and racing on Road Atlanta, and pushing on and making you move in Daily Race B. But this week, how many times he didn't crash at the Chicane of Death was where it was at. Great racing around Dragon Trail Seaside in Daily Race C. Always a great venue whenever it comes up. And pushing on, getting it done. More of a regular on this one over the others across the week. And didn't crash into the Chicane of Death as much as I thought. And so for that, Daily Race C is our favourite daily race this week. And do let me know what you thought of the daily races this week in the comments down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the brand new daily races on Gran Turismo 7 next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.